Hello and welcome to another episode of Dream Home Cooking, and welcome to our lake house. Mike and I like to spend a lot of time here in the summers, and so it's always exciting to film a cooking show from here. But today's menu is going to be a ravioli lasagna, and then I have some ham and cheese pinwheels that are delicious. I'm going to show y'all how to make those, and then for dessert, a little chocolate Frito treat. It's a very unusual combination, but very good, sweet and salty. So I am going to go ahead and start on the dessert because they need to sit for about an hour to set up. So what I have here is a bag of Fritos, and you want to make sure this is the 15.5 ounce bag. I accidentally bought the scoops instead of the little thinner ones, so I just crushed them up, but I'm going to pour half of those here. But before I do that, I want to get started over here with the syrup mixture. So I have 1 cup of sugar, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I've got 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of light Karo syrup. And you find it over usually by the pancake syrup. Sometimes grocery stores have it in the baking section. But I'm just going to mix these two together. I'm going to stir it real well, and then I'm going to bring it to a boil and let it boil 1 minute, and then I'll bring it back over here and show y'all the rest of how I put it together. Okay, so this came to a boil. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and I like to stand here and just stir it continuously. And then I'm just going to turn it off the heat. I had it boil for exactly 1 minute, and now I will bring it over here and show you guys how I finish it up. So to this mixture, I'm going to add, this is a cup of creamy peanut butter, and I'm just going to stir all this in there until it's nice and incorporated. Just be super careful because this mixture is so hot. I have burned myself before with it, and it leaves a nice little scar. This is a simple dessert, and it makes a lot of little treats, and I love a sweet and salty. So that's exactly what this is with corn chips. When I told Mike what I was making, he said, I don't know about that, but he'll love them. Okay, so this is getting mixed pretty well. Okay, so I think that's good. So now I'm going to take this package and I'm going to spread half of them. This is a 13 by 9 by 2 dish that I sprayed with cooking spray, and I'm going to have to eyeball this. Or you could, to make it easier on yourself, you could buy 2 9-ounce packages. That way you know you've got the exact measurement amount. But I'm okay just to wing it. Okay, so those are just spread evenly at the bottom. Now I am going to pour half of this peanut mixture over, let's see the best way to do this. I want y'all to be able to see it. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to spread half of these chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips. I was about to say semi-homemade. And you do want to make sure you spray your dish real good because this is something that would have a tendency to stick if you do not. All right, and then we're going to add the rest of the Fritos. I'm just going to dump them like that, spread them. Okay, and then we're going to add the rest of the peanut syrupy mixture, and it tends to get a little bit stiff as it sits, so you want to try to work quickly. Let's see if I can do this. Things like this are still a little bit tough with my shoulder because I'm still building that muscle. It's amazing how quickly you lose your muscle tone. All right. This smells really good. Okay, so I'm just kind of going back and forth with it. You want to take the spoon and scoop it out. And then we're going to end it with the rest of the chocolate chips. And then this needs to sit for a good while, about an hour or two, well, maybe about an hour and a half, just till it comes to complete room temperature, and then you can slice it. Okay, let me see if I can scoop that out. All right, I'm gonna make sure I coat everything. All right, and now I'm ready to put the last of the chocolate chips on it. And then that's it. Little children love this. It's a great little pool snack or lake. Okay, and so that's that. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I make the ravioli lasagna.
My father started this business in 1977. The people that work for us is part of what sets us apart. All of our employees have experience. All of our plumbers have been with us for 10 years or greater. Our motto at Dean & Son is quality and service. We're going to do quality work. We don't leave people hanging. We're there when we're supposed to be. We're done when we're supposed to be. Living up to what you sell and service them after they pay you, that's where your integrity in the plumbing business comes.
Dean & Son Plumbing Company. Call today at 518-9780.
Since 1983, individuals and businesses in Alabama have relied on Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South for their legal representation. Our experienced attorneys offer high-quality legal counsel in commercial law, real estate, and personal injury litigation. So if you need an attorney, hire the best attorney you can. Call the experienced North Alabama attorneys at Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South to arrange your initial consultation, because we're dedicated to setting the standard for legal services.
You know, years ago, we researched different cabinet companies. Wellborn was the cabinet company that we decided to go with. Wellborn has a lot of your custom style building like we did in the local cabinet shops years ago. You just can't go wrong with a product like that with Wellborn. On top of that, Wellborn has researchers that are out in the market every day. Their job is to see what's current in the market, what's selling, and what their dealers need to be showing in their showroom. So come out, let me help you design your kitchen with Wellborn products.
Hey guys, come on in.
Hey Troy.
Yeah, let me show you around.
Wow.
You know, as the Acme Brick spokesperson, I get paid in brick. All the brick I want. Solid. What? Too much? To get Acme Brick quality, look for the Acme name. And here's the guest room. Hope you like a firm mattress.
Okay, we're back, and the chocolate Frito treats are resting on the counter over there, and now I want to show y'all how I make this ravioli lasagna. So you want to start with a pound of sweet, or if you like hot or mild, it's fine, Italian sausage. I like to use the ground rather than the links, but you can use the links. And I just have this in a non-stick skillet. I'm going to break this up a little bit. And then I'm going to add, this is one small onion, or about a half a cup of chopped onion. And then I've got some fresh garlic over here. It's 3 cloves, but I'm not going to put it in quite yet. I'm going to let this brown a little bit. This is a super simple recipe, and it's delicious. And, you know, I love to make a good old pan of homemade lasagna, but I am in the kitchen half the day when I do it. And this takes the work, you know, the boiling the noodles, draining them, dirtying up a pot. Instead, you just use these little raviolis, and what I love is you take them straight from the freezer and just lay them in the pan. So it's a keeper. All right, so I'm just gonna let this continue to brown for probably 7 to 8 minutes. Get that sausage and onion nice and brown. Okay, so that was about maybe 10 minutes to get that browned and the onions brown. Now I'm gonna add the 3 cloves of fresh minced garlic. Ooh, that smells really good. Okay, and then I'm turning the heat down real low, and I'm going to add the marinara sauce. Now, you know, I've said before, I love making homemade pasta sauces from scratch, but sometimes you just have to use the jar, and it is okay because they make some great ones on the market now. So you want a 32-ounce jar of marinara sauce. We're just going to pour it in there. Okay, that's so pretty, that bright red sauce. So now I'm just going to give this a good stir to get the sausage mixed in with the sauce. Okay, so I am going to just let that simmer for about 5 minutes, for as long as it takes me to do this next part. So in this bowl, I have a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And to that, I'm gonna add 1 egg. And then I'm just gonna use a fork to whisk that. And then I've got 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. And you can use whole or part skim. I never really can tell a big difference with it, so I try to get part skim if I can. All right, so you just want to mix that together. Oh, and on that sauce, I had a teaspoon of salt and pepper that I forgot to tell y'all that I put in there. And then once you get this stirred up, and you want to make sure you stir it real well, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm just going to eyeball it. I just put it in my palm of my hand. That's a good teaspoon. And then I have a 1/4 cup of fresh cut basil. And I just chop the basil, just rough chop it. That gives it a really nice flavor. I love to use the fresh basil if I can. If you don't have it, you know, the little spice jar is fine, but this fresh is so much more concentrated. I want to scrape down those sides. Make sure all that is incorporated and mixed together. That egg just kind of gives it a nice little poof when it bakes. So that's the reason for the egg. Okay, so that's stirred up well. So now I'm going to grab this sauce back here. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce. You just want just a nice thin layer covering the bottom. And then now we're going to get the raviolis straight from the freezer. This is a 24-ounce package of frozen raviolis. I prefer the square, but they only had the round at the grocery store here, so that will do. And then you just put a single layer down on top of that. And then we're going to make 2 layers. So this 24-ounce bag is just enough. Okay. Then I'm going to just put some dollops of this ricotta mixture on top of each ravioli. Okay, so I've got that layer. Now I'm just going to add some mozzarella, shredded, and you just want to eyeball it. You'll end up using, 1/8 ounce package of it. Okay, and then I always like to add a little bit of grated Parmesan in addition to the mozzarella. And now I'm just going to repeat that process one more time. So we got that first layer. Now we're just going to do it again. And I like you could pour all the sauce in here, but I like to end it with a final layer of sauce and cheese. All right, so now I'm going to go back with the ricotta. This time I got a little bit lazier, and I'm just going to turn the bowl upside down so I can scoop it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just like to try to put it a little dollop on each ravioli. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little cheese because I want to save some cheese for the very top. Okay. Do one more of this. All right. And this will serve about 6 hearty whooping scoopings, or you can stretch it to 8. So I'm just going to finish topping this with the rest of the sauce, and then I'm going to cover it with foil. That's very important. You want to cover it with a piece of foil, and it's going to bake at 350 for 30 minutes. Then we uncover it, add a little more cheese, and let it bake about another 10. So I'm going to finish this up, clean this up, and then when we come back, I'm going to show y'all how I make these delicious ham and cheese pinwheels.
In choosing a contractor in today's market, finding someone that is going to take care of you and make sure that you're happy with their product, with the quality, it's not an easy task today. The most important thing to me is doing what you say you're going to do, taking care of the customer, installing a product that is superior. My motto is call the lady with a team you can trust, and I feel confident that we are a team that you can trust.
Choosing an appliance can be complicated these days. That's why at Bob Wallace Appliance, we start by asking questions like an occasional cook or a serious chef, something just for you or an army, once a week or once a day. You see, it's not just what we know about appliances, it's what we know about you. Bob Wallace Appliance, locally owned and operated for more than 35 years. Online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
When you select Wolde Flooring's hardwood, you don't just enhance your home, you transform it. With hundreds of beautiful, durable, hand-selected varieties that come with up to a 50-year warranty, you can count on unsurpassed beauty and proven durability that's guaranteed to stand the test of time. When you want the best flooring for your home, come to Wolde Flooring in Madison. WoldeFlooring.com, 256-325-8453.
Hey guys, I wanted to let y'all know about a year ago, me and Bruce Stone started a new company called Stonewood Homes. And Stonewood is a little different business plan than Woodland Homes because Stonewood is a scattered lot home builder, which means if you have a lot and you're looking for a builder, Stonewood is the answer. So if you own a home site or you're looking at building a custom home, give us a call at 830-9000 and let's start building.
Okay, we're back, and boy, the ravioli lasagna is smelling good. So these are my little ham and cheese pinwheels, and you want to start with the pizza dough in this little tube thing. You get it in the refrigerator section. You could also use crescent rolls, but I prefer the pizza. I've got to get everything straight though. I mean, it's a little fussy in the beginning to try to get it unrolled. Okay, so you want to just roll out that dough. Then I'm going to put, this is just deli ham sliced real thin, and Swiss cheese. And I prefer, they have the ultra thin slices now. I prefer that for this, but they did not have any at the store, so I just got the normal size. And it's not too bad. It's not real thick. So you just want to put a layer of the ham. And you're going to use about 6 or 8 pieces. I'm just going to kind of fill in the gaps there and there. Okay. Then the cheese is next. This is a really good little appetizer to serve when you have company, or even, you know, as a little light lunch. I love stuff like this. I was just telling my producer, Sadler, I am not a boring sandwich kind of girl. I like it to be spiffed up with a lot of good stuff. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to start rolling it carefully. And you just want to kind of move slow with it because you don't want to tear that dough. Okay. And then I'm going to bring it back seam side down. And then I'm just going to cut this into 12 slices, about 1-inch slices, and then I'm going to put it on. I like to use parchment paper. That is just my go-to all the time, but you can certainly just spray it with cooking spray, a pan, but just to be safe, I like to use the parchment paper, and it's easy cleanup too. The interesting part comes when I mix the sauce up to put on top of these. While I'm slicing these, I wanted to tell y'all our community of the week is the retreat at Abbington, and it is one of our carefree communities. It's absolutely beautiful out there. You know, just carefree living means you don't have to cut your grass, do anything in your yard, unless you want to plant some flowers. They have got a very, very nice clubhouse that is just a great place to have parties if you don't want to mess up your house. It's in an excellent location. There's so many things out in that area, in the Monrovia area, that are popping up in Huntsville, great restaurants, and it's a really quick drive to the Mid-City District. There's so much happening out there. You know, coffee shops, restaurants, all kinds of good stuff. It's also super easy access to Research Park and, you know, all kinds of other areas of Huntsville. It's just a super great location. All right, so I've got those sliced up. Now I'm going to show y'all how I do this part. So this is a tablespoon. Oh, first, this is a stick of butter melted. I just melted it in the microwave. This is a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Yes. Gives it a little sweetness, and 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. And I'm just going to mix this up with a whisk. And then you just want to mix it just until it feels like everything is incorporated, the little poppy seeds and mostly the brown sugar. Get those lumps out. Okay. Then I am just going to spoon the mixture over each roll. And then this bakes at 350 for about 20 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown on top. And then you can always sprinkle them with some fresh parsley to give it a pretty look. And you just want to do a generous amount of each one. Okay, so now I am putting sauce on the last one, and you just want to put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes or until they are nice and golden brown on the top. All right, so when we come back, Mike will be here to taste all this delicious food. So we'll see y'all in a minute.
if you're looking to remodel or build your dream home. It all starts at the Dream Studio by Woodland Homes. At Woodland Homes Dream Studio, you'll work with seasoned professionals dedicated to providing you with the very best, whether you're starting from scratch or remodeling. And with thousands of selections to choose from, the Dream Studio offers everything you need at the absolute highest quality, all under one roof. The Dream Studio by Woodland Homes. Live your dream. Call 830-9000 today.
Okay, we're back, and I've got Mike Friday with me in the kitchen.
And everything smells great, as normal.
Thank you. I did, it's ham and cheese pinwheels with this delicious sauce that has brown sugar in it, and then ravioli lasagna, and then Sadler and I have been cracking up while you were on the phone. This stuff you could lay brick. I mean, they could.
Is this your like Frito and chocolate and peanut butter thing?
They came out so ugly. I never professed to be a good baker. I stink at it.
Well,
they taste good. Be careful. You don't want to crack a tooth on camera. They're good. Sadler's, our producer, he gave a thumbs up, but they're ugly. And it takes some elbow grease to cut them out of the pan, y'all. I think what I did wrong is I cooked the Karo syrup a little too long. It's supposed to be a minute, but I think it was longer. But anyway, so this ravioli lasagna would be delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was telling the viewers about the retreat at Abbington. That is such a great carefree community, as we call it.
Yep, it is.
And a great location.
Yep.
So anything new happening out there?
Well, we got phase 2 developed, I guess, about 4 or 5 months ago. So we're just steadily building houses in there.
Yeah.
Got our clubhouse finished, and we're getting ready to decorate it. But, the retreat is just, that location out there, literally you're blocks from Cliff Farms right now.
Yep.
And it's just so much shopping and food and entertainment. And that location is just getting better and better. There's just so much growth going on out there in that corridor, because you're kind of in that same corridor of, Limestone, where the Toyota plant just got through being built. And so the neighbors out there, they just love that location because of it's just so convenient to everything.
Well, it is. It has so much, the mid-city out there, they're getting everything out of that area. Yeah. Madison, Monrovia, and just a lot to do, and easy access onto the Research Park and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so. But the retreat is a planned community, and one of the things that we kind of gear our customer base toward is that maintenance-free and that carefree style of living. Yeah. Literally, if somebody lived there and they were doing some traveling, and they could literally close their doors, lock their house, be gone for a month, come back, their yard's all taken care of. Yes. And it's just, the people who are attracted to that area and to the retreat, they're interested in just a carefree style of living, carefree, maintenance-free, but also they want something that's convenient, close to shopping, but also they want something safe and secure.
Yes.
So, we've got two different types of products. We've got a cottage series home out there, and then we have a patio home. And the patio home series is where we have electric gate openers. So you can come up to your home, you can open your electric gate, you can drive down your driveway, close your gate, your property is secure, pull in your garage, close your garage, and you're safe and secure. Yeah. And so, this particular community, it attracts that more of adult clientele. And it's just a really, really good group, a fun group, and it is a product that's in high demand.
Well, and we can speak for it because we lived in a carefree in Overland Trace. Was it Overland Cove? Overland Cove.
Yeah, Overland Cove.
For 2 years while we built our last house, and we loved it out there. Right. And they live so large. From the road, it looks like a small house, but then when you walk in, you go, wow! I mean, the kitchens are huge. And
I could have lived in that house probably for the rest of our lives.
Me too.
It was just a great house. But anyway, so. The retreat, for more information on any of our communities, we encourage our customers to go to woodlandhomes.com. You can do a lot of homework and a lot of research. And also on our website, you'll find a list of our sponsors, which we could not do this show without them. So
appreciative of all of them. And they do wonderful work. And also you can find my recipes on our Dream Home Cooking Facebook page as well as the woodlandhomes.com.
Awesome. So we're hungry. We're going to eat. Y'all come and see us.
All right.